value yourself. We get learned from a young age not to value ourselves until we've created enough physical stuff more than other people. Then we can value ourselves when it can be visual, when it can be physical. Okay, if we have a lot of money, if we have a big car, if we have a big house, if we have a lot of girlfriends, if we have all these things that are considered norm or considered high status, then you are allowed to have a positive self-image about yourself. Crazy, right? You let the environment decide for you how you can feel about yourself. Can you integrate this, what I just said? You let the environment decide for you how you can feel about yourself. Crazy, right? I don't have a house. I live in a camper van. Maybe a lot of people will think, "Oh, you're a bump. You haven't made it in life. This and that." Let me tell you, I've lived in villas in Bali. I've lived in penthouses in Thailand, okay? I've lived in massive houses in Spain, Canary Islands. I run my own hostel where girls were doing work away for me, where I were their boss, okay? And, you know, also had fun. So I was in situations where I was living in a big house, having multiple, girlfriends that were working for me. I was in situations in Thailand where I had a lot of, girls, big house, living the rich life as, a white foreigner. Wasn't, the big rich person in Asia and in Bali. And, I've already tapped into these realities where I already made it, okay, for the outside world, okay? So if I would talk to a very rich person that's like, making multi-millions, and that would be like a workaholic working all the time, he would look at my situation and would say, Tim, you haven't made it anything yet, and from their perspective, from his perspective, it's true, but from a reality perspective, so you can have like there are different levels of success, but these level of success will not change reality that much. Okay, you can maybe fly a private jet, have a yacht, have 4 or 5 girls at the same time, whatever. But that's it. There's not there's certain level of what reality can provide, and at some point it's maxed out. Okay, and when you are traveling a lot, when you're living in different countries, your money becomes more valuable in different countries, and therefore you can experience the rich life, even if you're not considered rich, but in other countries you're considered rich, okay? So I have already experienced many situations where I was, at the top of the social ladder, experiencing that, knowing that, feeling that, and understanding that it's like you raise your baseline dopamine for a certain period, but then the baseline dopamine gets like flattened out, and then you're searching the next level again. So knowing that, being in those situations, starting to think about that, getting back in nature, getting back in my own energy, thinking about life, and what do I want, because I can see, I can, become a workaholic and then achieve it and then not be happy, or only for a certain period, because then you're searching the next thing again, thinking, what is it? Because I also fell for this trap that, the environment, makes you think, especially as a man, you have to achieve certain things before you can, feel good about yourself. And it's, good to a certain degree because you will provide more value to society, but it's also very toxic because, uh, 90% of the people, they just feel bad about themselves and about reality because they have not achieved according to the standards of society. So when I started to realize these things, after, reaching all these goals and things, and starting to realize that, I will not let the environment tell me when to feel good about myself, because I have different values than other people. So what makes me happy does not have to make someone else happy. So the thing is that some people, or most people, they just highly good entrepreneurs. What they will do, uh, most of the time, they just become a chameleon. They just copy all the actions of someone who is successful, and then implement it, and then they get results, and then they raise the standard of living, and then they continue doing that until they burn out. And nothing wrong with that, but I believe that we are all here with a unique mission. Okay, so what I would recommend everyone to do is, like, okay, first figure out, how do I fix my base needs? Okay, how do I make money while not sacrificing my unique self? Because that's the biggest problem. Most of the time, we turn into something that the external world dictates for us. And therefore, we lock into a habit, in a routine that's not ourselves, and we become something to achieve a certain goal, but we do not realize that the most valuable, important thing is ourselves. Okay, our heart desire, our soul mission, the person who we are. And there's nothing wrong with locking into a successful timeline that creates certain results, but just so you know, this timeline is not forever. It's just a lesson. Is just a lesson to take out all the golden nuggets, all the tools, all the habits that work for you, so you at some point can integrate it into your soul mission. At some point, use it, all these things that work, to create something unique from your unique frequency, from your unique thinking, because that's where true happiness is. And it took me a very long time to figure this out, because I was always thinking, okay, I have to, need to reach that level before I can feel good about myself. And let me tell you, you can feel way better about life if you have a high level of freedom, and you are your unique self, making money with that, okay? Because you can continue that timeline for a very long time, forever, while feeling good, while moving to a big vision where there's also a lot of money. But the only difference is you are enjoying the whole journey. Okay, that's the biggest problem with most people. They jump on a timeline, they become like a copy of the environment, and then they get success, but the whole journey is not aligning. They don't feel good, and they just ignore their feelings with, alcohol or girls or drugs or whatever, to just remove that feeling of, not being true to themselves. They are achieving, they are achieving success according to the standards of the social environment, but they are not achieving success according to their soul mission, the true core. Okay, you are a soul in a body. This body is just from this reincarnation. Your soul already lived many, 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 many lifetimes, and it communicates through your heart. Okay, but you first have to win this matrix game by getting all the tools, all the belief systems, all the awareness, so you can make the heart and the brain synchronize again and start moving towards your soul mission. But most people, they stuck in the matrix game of the mind, always playing a game, because they get stuck in a self-image that's forced upon them, because it reaches a certain level of social status, so they get locked in, and then they stay stuck, and their soul mission will never be achieved because they aren't capable of seeing it with their mind. Okay, but you have to feel it with your heart. You have to be capable of going within, meditation, different medicinal plants that allow you to go to the higher chakra, that can see beyond time, and that can see like your best timeline of your soul mission. And it can only be done when you stop caring about the external world, going within, start understanding, okay, this is the reason I am here on earth. And now I'm going to use all the tools, all the awareness, all the social connections I've built, all the belief systems about creating a business, and then I'm going to implement it for my soul mission to change this world in my own unique way, on my own unique frequency, because this world needs your unique frequency. That's the only way how it can be healed, okay? Tap into your unique self, and yeah, you control your self-image. You decide how you want to live. I prefer this, living in a van, over living in a villa, living in a penthouse or whatever, because I can have a thought. I want to go there, I can go there, okay? I want to stay here, I can stay here as long as I want. I'm having a way higher level of freedom than any of these rich houses, ways of living could offer me. And I'm not saying I'm gonna live forever like that, like this, but for now I feel amazing. My choice, my self-belief, my self-image. I feel amazing, working towards my soul mission, helping others do the same. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, give me a comment. Very important, click the bell button. If you click the bell button, I can put you on my frequency on a daily basis. Okay, it allows you to evolve more to freedom. Only when it's a habit watching my videos you can move to freedom, so I really recommend that. And if you need any personal help or tools, tips and tricks, click on the link below. Everything you need to get more freedom, get to your soul mission. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.